Hello guys, welcome to another session. In this session, we are going to look into how to add and modify page content using JavaScript. So let's jump into the Visual Studio Code to see this in action. So in our earlier session, we have looked into how to select the node within the DOM hierarchy using query select get element by ID, get element by class name, get element by tag. Now, after the selection, what we need to do do the changes within the HTML document. So let's look into the index.html what we are having. So I'm going to use the same example which we have used earlier, and we are having one header element, then we are having three paragraph elements. Along with that, we are having the div with the main, and within that we are having different div which contains social icon CSS class. Now let's do some exercises over here. What we will do first, we will grab this element, the first paragraph element, and we will grab the inner text. So let's look into that, how we can do that. So to do that, we need to specify const, and over here first p tag equal to document dot, and here we need to specify our favorite query selector, and we need to specify the p tag over here. Now we have selected. Now the question over here is how we can access the content within this p tag. So to access that, we need to tell console.log. We will print it into the console, and we will specify a p tag, first p tag dot inner text. So this is the property which we need to access, and it will return us the text within the p tag. So let's look into that. Now if you look into the console, then you will find over here it has returned a step by step the word which is being written within the first paragraph element. So now let's proceed further. So now we have seen that how to grab the content, but now what I want to change the content of this particular p tag. So how we can do that? We need to specify the tag element reference, and then we need to again use the inner text, and we will assign some other text. For example, step by step JavaScript. Save it. So let's jump into the browser to see the output, and this time you will find that it has updated the code over there. So just clear it and reload it, then you will get the current output, and you will find that it has updated the inner text. Now let's proceed further. Now I don't want to override the existing text. What I want to append to the existing text. So how we can do that? So it is pretty much straightforward. You need to specify plus sign over here and remove this one, and you can tell that modern JavaScript. Now let's look into the output. So what it will do, it will actually grab the inner text, and then it will append this text. So let's look into that. Then you will find it over here that it has appended the text within the inner text of the first paragraph, and here also you will find that it has also updated over here. Now let's proceed further. So this is the way by which we can grab the first p tag, but suppose if we want to grab all the p tags, so how we can use it? So we will need to create another variable called all p tags, and here we need to use the same thing which we have seen earlier. So that is our query selector all, and within that we need to specify the p tag. Now once we grab it, we need to iterate this. So how we can iterate it? We need to use the method for each, and within that we need to pass the callback function, and here we need to specify the tag p tag over here, and we need to iterate one by one. So we need to tell that if we want to update a inner text, then we need to tell that p tag dot inner text, and we want to add something, then we can tell that updated from code. Save it. Now let's look into the output. So how we can see that? We need to specify over here sol.log, and here we need to specify p tag dot inner text. Save it. Now let's jump into the browser to see the output, and here you will find that it has appended updated from code in each of the paragraph element. Let's specify the space over here. You need to specify the space. Save it. Let's look it again. Now it is coming properly. So now let's proceed further. So now we have seen that how to update content within element using JavaScript. So what we will do now, we will look into how to append an HTML element using JavaScript. So let's look into that. So first we will come over here. We are going to create a div element. So write div, and here we will specify class equal to my content, and here we will take this and put it over here. Now the next step, what we will do, we want to add another p tag after learning p tag. So how we can do that? Let's look into that. So go to the JS file, and over here what we need to do, we need to specify like this: const my content equal to document dot query selector, and within that we need to specify our class. that is my content. Save it. So now we have grabbed the div element. Now what we need to do, we need to append the inner HTML. So how we can do that? We need to tell that my content dot inner HTML plus for appending then equal to, and then we need to specify over here another p tag which we want to insert JavaScript code, and here we need to close it, save it, and also we can console log it, paste it over here, and this one we should comment it, save it. Let's look into the output, and here you will find that it has inserted this line, this paragraph over here, insert from JavaScript code, and here you will find that it has returned all the elements inside the my content class. So this way you can easily add the HTML element within the DOM hierarchy. So now let's proceed further. Now we have understand that how we can add HTML element while runtime with the help of inner HTML. What we will do now, we can create a UL element. If you remember that we are having a UL element in our earlier example, and this time we are going to use the same example, and we are going to tell that the class is going to be fruit bowl, and then save it. And here this time we are going to comment this one, we will comment this one, and we will create an array. If you remember our favorite array, that is fruit bowl, and this will contain different fruit like apple, oranges, and then grape. These three fruits we are having. Now we will iterate it and add it into the bulleted point. So how we can do that? So to achieve this, we need to tell that, so now we have created the fruit ball array. You need to specify fruit ball dot for each, and within that we need to define a callback function for each of the fruit from the array, and then grab this. And now what we need to do, first we will define over here. So this is the variable which we need to create over here, and then we need to specify li tags plus equal to, then we need to specify the template string, and then we will build the HTML element over here, and then we need to specify dollar curly braces start, and we need to specify the fruit, and here we need to close the li element, save it. Now this is being done. We need to select the fruit ball UL element which we have already created. So select fruit ball UL element equal to document dot query selector over here, and within that we need to specify fruit ball. So this is the class name which we have used. Once this is being selected, then we need to specify here, you don't forget to mention the dot notation as it is a representation of the class. Then we need to specify select the variable, and then we need to tell that inner HTML we want to update, and we will specify li tag. We need to assign the created HTML over here. Now we are done. Let's save it. Let's look into the output. Let's verify it. Everything is here. We have done the mistake. This is the fruit, not fruit ball. Save it. Now let's jump into the browser. So see here, it has created the bulleted point using the UL and li element. Now let's proceed further. So now we have seen that how we can dynamically add and modify the content of the HTML document with the help of JavaScript. So this is what I wanted to demonstrate you in this session. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Take care.